I have mentioned us doing a little better at keeping up with that boy Durk. And I was just flying through the YouTube streets and they say they trying to put another B naughty on him, a whole nother hot one. And listened to a little bit of the video. It's District Trending. I think that's the name of the channel. And it says something about him talking in a cell or something. Went to court and they mentioning another alleged potential body. But no further ado, we finna say what they say. We finna see what they say, Durk, and this new been up to.
He's talking to a cellmate. Yeah, I had the standard, folk, with a 60 round in that. I let 3 shots out when he first came out. So now the cellmate, who's a confidential source, is saying, tell me more.
New evidence shared at Lil Durk's court hearing today revealed he is connected to another passing in Chicago, with this body being in revenge for the passing of his brother, D-Thang. The news wrote today, Lil Durk has been indicted for another M for hire charge for the passing of Stephon Mack. It is believed that Mack was targeted as revenge for the passing of Lil Durk's brother, D-Thang, with the official court file reading. The government has informed the defense counsel that it is considering filing supplemental charges by June 3rd, 2026. The new charges would add 2 alleged incidents as direct evidence, being the passing of Stephon Mack. This happened due to one of Lil Durk's guys being fooled inside a jail by a federal informant reading. DJ Academics reveals that one of Lil Durk's alleged members confessed to a cellmate who was reportedly an undercover informant that Durk paid him to retaliate for D-Thang, who passed.
He gets locked up in a cell and they give him a cellmate. He tells his cellmate who he murdered, how he murdered him, the homie he did the murder with, and who was supposed to pay him for the murder. Thank you. Come again. Perfect. Got him. So he confessed, essentially. He's talking to a cellmate. Listen to how he's talking to his cellmate, chat. Yeah, I had to stay.
I don't understand how many times this same method works for them people. Same play. And there's somebody in there who looked the part, and niggas are just open their heart, tell everything they know about incriminating themselves. It's crazy.
Standard, folk, with a 60 round in that on Mike. I let 3 shots out when he first came out. Marley said, yo, wait till he get to the car. I say, yo, tweaking, boy. By the time he gets to the car, that's enough time for him to get his pipe. Yo, so now the cellmate, who's a confidential source, is saying, tell me more.
With the official court document now reading, the newly unsealed filing in the U.S. District Court in Chicago alleges Durk Banks was behind the January 27, 2022 passing of Stephon Mack, age 24, who was targeted shortly after he exited the Youth East Center of Roseland on West 111th Street. At the time of his passing, according to the FBI, Stephon Mack was the leader of the Smashville faction of the Gangster Disciples. But with one of Lil Durk's guys being fooled inside a jail, the feds went back to the week D-Thang passed, and you will not believe what Lil Durk did. The literal day Stephon Mack passed away, Durk wrote on his IG story, for D-Thang. Then only 1 hour after that, he posted this video on his Instagram story.
What is it? Slap Khan. Well, look Khan, that'll, yeah. Well, shout out, man. Okay. You gotta know your Jews, like.
This actually answers the question of why Durk is being treated so poorly inside a jail and why he's currently in solitary confinement, because they will not allow him near other inmates while these pending charges are making its way through the court system.
They got little Durk in a hole for basically some BS, and right now we're gonna show the.
Imagine Lil Durk's jail restrictions got worse because of loose coochie lips scary. He let this goofy nigga get him on the phone, and now they got him in some type of segregated, separated situation, getting on the phone with this loose lips goofball. God damn.
The paperwork, they saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole. do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they're trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things
This dude is crazy.
going on, and it's a lot of BS.
However, it gets even worse because the prosecutors, having all the leverage now, they would go to submit a motion to be allowed to show King Von's passing footage with the jury, as it shows Durk's motive to go get revenge for him, and the judge ended up approving it.
Testimony and video surveillance surrounding the death of King Von, and the motion to exclude this evidence was denied, meaning the judge is going to allow witnesses to testify about and allow the video of King Von's to be played at the trial. And this is important because prosecutors wanted to use this evidence to argue that King Von is the reason or motive as to why Durk offered this bounty on Quando Rondo. And so with this ruling, the jury will get to see and hear about all of that.
They're allowing it for two reasons. One being when Von passed, a lot of ops were celebrating it on social media. They claim this fueled Lil Durk to go out and get revenge to make everyone stop speaking about King Von.
When you heard that, considering the back and forth that y'all have had in your own ways, how did you feel?
I kind of happy.
You were happy?
Can I say I was kind of happy? No, no, seriously, I was though. It was up. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he did. But I was happy as when I found out Von was dead. I cooked for the whole day. Wild people.
When you looked at King Von getting, how did you feel? Considering the animosity between you guys up to that point.
Like my real like first action.
Yeah.
Thought I was happy.
You're happy.
I was happy.
Meanwhile,
I had a call. He asked all the ops how they felt about the Bang op drop.
the second reason they're gonna show King Von's passing footage is because the judge also allowed certain lyrics to be used against Lil Durk. The lyrics are, and I quote, "They be on my page like slide for Von, I know they're trolling me, got it back in blood, y'all just don't know that's how it's supposed to be," which they will be connecting to Lil Durk's interview that he did with DJ Academics, where he ends up talking about the slide for Von comments, acknowledging that he has seen them.
You get triggered by the slide for Von comments. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mentioned a song. They'd be like, they be saying slide for Von. I think they trolling me. Yo, by the way, that song is fire. I ain't gonna lie.
That's no reason. I just don't see them comments no more.
Not resist the urge to incriminate himself. Supposed to just stay silent like you was. Look how he looking at it.
No reason. I don't know. Might be the water.
This will end up affecting Lil Durk more than anyone knows because the prosecutors can use it as leverage to the jury, proving that Lil Durk was fully aware of the slide for Von comments, then even made a statement saying, well, I no longer see those comments anymore, referring to the Quando Rondo hit being the reason why. But the prosecutors, they found even more Lil Durk lyrics, making it even worse because he rapped, "Don't respond to things with Von." I'm like, you're tripping, go get your, they're dropping locations, I'm getting it done, tweeting, we're sliding, the feds are coming, where they are claiming this confirms Lil Durk's entire motive of not responding to King Von comments, grabbing his firearm, and getting the job done. Literally his step-by-step plan.
Now the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
This is the concerning part. Many believe rap lyrics cannot be used against you in the court of law, but in all reality, they are allowed. It's just very rare for it to happen. So when they are allowed, that's how you know it's a very serious problem. With Lil Durk acknowledging the sliding for Von.
You know how to, out of nowhere that must have been for Quando Rondo. Not in Compton, not in South Central, not in Inglewood, Watts, Long Beach. He was in Beverly Hills. Probably the last thing on his mind that something like that was going to happen. Oh, mama.
on comments and rapping about it. All they needed was evidence of Durk paying for the hit, and they ended up finding it. They'd appear in court sharing a 2022 selfie of Lil Durk with $1 million in cash on his bathroom counter. To the innocent eye, this is a generic flex photo that many rappers take, but in reality, it tells the entire story. It was shared in court. Prosecutors say Lil Durk placed a $1 million bounty on Quando Rondo in 2022. The discovery also shows that defendant Banks used his trusted lieutenants to recruit hitmen to fly to Southern California on August 18, 2022 to get Quando Rondo, where they are claiming the photo of Lil Durk showing $1 million on his bathroom counter was his way to confirm to the people that were hired to do the crime that the cash was ready, Lil Durk is in the photo, and that everything is good to go. It continues reading, consistent with defendant Banks' promise to reward co-conspirators, defendant Wilson solicited hitmen by promising to pay a $1 million reward on behalf of defendant Banks in exchange for flying to Los Angeles to commit the crime. Meaning those who flew to Los Angeles to commit the crime all split the $1 million. Then those who helped Lil Durk set it all up, they got other rewards. Because the court file reads, nonetheless, rewarded co-conspirators got other items featuring in many of the direct participant music videos and rap lyrics in the months following the crime, where Lil Durk would end up featuring on DD's song The Block Is Hot, being OTF DD's reward for helping Durk commit the crime. This left creators reacting,
Remo, this is my last no jumper. Durk already told me I wasn't supposed to come back up here with that last.
Now look what happened to him.
That man got kids. You talking about look what happened to him.
Definitely not happy about him.
I wouldn't be happy if you go.
Imagine Durk already told you it ain't cool. And look where you sitting there announcing that at and getting a repeat offense. This is bozos for attention.
Go to jail, Adam, because I know you got daughter. Break down.
There's multiple people who are no longer there for their kids as a result of that Durk allegedly called in.
Until they put that on black and white, sir. Stop throwing stuff on a black man who's trying to do something right for the community right now.
The feds have already put out a lot of information about this.
You don't have to put it out. You don't have to put it out.
So
this is a major platform.
You're not the boss of me. We talk about rap on here. I think it is well within our jurisdiction to talk about the fact
jurisdiction? What type of police is this?
Jurisdiction, solicit. Be careful when you hear the terminology used at the Fed quarters. Jurisdiction, solicit me and my homies. Come on, man.
To have ordered them.
Free smirk, though.
Free smirk. But also,
maybe police platform. There's some police.
Just sit down for a little and decide, hey, maybe I'm not anybody else.
We don't have no proof that.
Well,
we don't.
With all of this shared in court, we would see Lil Durk react. In the news writing, Lil Durk shares a powerful message from prison saying he's tired of being a pawn for the culture and now wants to help shift things into a more positive direction.
Sound good, but a little too late. I'm afraid, bro. They got you painted out to be a cold guy, Durk.
He said it's been on his heart to guide the next generation, stressing that kids are watching and need someone positive to look up to, saying, quote, it's just been sitting on my heart lately to just save this generation, to save these kids. For these kids, we gotta be their heroes. Whether it's Lil Durk being genuine that he wants to have a more positive reach on his life, or that he's trying to give himself a much better public image after it was announced that there is a new OTF snitch, and he might be afraid of what he's gonna share.
It's crazy. I hate to say it, but the best thing he could do for the kids, if he want that message to resonate, is to go away, get a bunch of time, and never be heard from again. And that would be a strong lesson to kids, how you go from the top and it can all just stop and you never be thought about again. You better be careful what he asks for. If he trying to say he want to be a sacrificial message to the kids, he's on that path.
Life by basically saying he's guilty of for hire, and the only thing that, like, yes, some of these things look suspect. Why'd you go there? Why are these people going there? Why'd you send this message? But nothing. There's no message that they got that says where Durk says y'all that Quando yet. Nothing says that.
I'm not. You missing the point. Okay. They got a witness already cooperating on that. Been had one. We just ain't seen what they said. It's 3 years. One of the cooperating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So
fact.
I don't.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool
don't know what
conspiracy.
I don't know. You don't need too much more than that. One of them is cooperating. Then in the paperwork,
I can't help myself.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
This is they guy who this fraud lying motherfucker. This is who they keep referring to.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
All on my nutsack. They big guy. It's crazy.
got the conversation. They say they had it in and out. The other two was figuring out how they getting paid.
Whoever the new OTF snitch is ended up sharing with police the entire OTF iMessage group chat because the court file reads, Lil Durk is facing allegations from federal prosecutors that he put hits on O-Block members for not retaliating for King Von. Prosecutors plan to introduce testimony from the witness who claims Durk gave the orders. Further reading, defendant Banks feuds with O-Block member Mana Duke over Banks' belief that O-Block members were not properly retaliating for Bennett's passing, where there was a massive argument in the iMessage group chat of Lil Durk yelling at O-Block members for not sliding. But this is the very interesting part because it seems the feds have been holding on to all of the evidence shared in this video just to see Lil Durk's lawyer's hand. Before they showed this in court today, Lil Durk thought he was literally getting released. Reading quote, Lil Durk is in good spirits as he calls the OTF crew from jail after his lawyers recently said that he's confident about his chances at trial.
I got your speaker, I got Ike right here, I got Chucky right here, I got Mando right here. Who you gonna get first? Who gonna beat that? What you want, big in the lab every day. It was simple. You know that. I'm working on EP, I'm feeling good as feeling good. I just like literally, you gonna see that.
This even got the attention of Young Thug, who would end up reacting, free smirk, please God. We even saw the famous rap lawyer Bradford Cohen write, never underestimate Brian Steele. I actually like Durk's chances at trial. It is not a slam dunk case, and it is defendable. This all stemmed from the other famous rap lawyer Mo at Lawyers for Workers, who would explain everything that was happening in the months prior, where the feds withdrew a lot of evidence they had against Lil Durk, resulting in them panicking on what they even wanted to charge Durk with. This could explain why they're also now adding Stephon Mack's passing charge.
Fact of the matter is, his trial team has won a number of points in this case. Some of the evidence that they wanted to use has actually been withdrawn so that the judge didn't have to exclude it. When they bought this case, they said the conspiracy started in August 2022. That's when Durk arranged to get these rentals, these flights. That's when he made arrangements for the bounty. Then they switched that and they said, actually, the conspiracy started back when Von, November 2020. And here's the big one. When they charged Durk, they said in the indictment about the bounty that at the direction of defendant Durk Banks, defendant Wilson, that's OTF Didi, would pay the bounty or monetary reward to the That's gone.
Before court today, Lil Durk was in a heavy favorite position for winning the entire case because the prosecutors even added a fallback charge, which in the court system is known as a Hail Mary.
Also added a fallback charge. So when they bought the case, the original indictment, there was no stalking charge. In the second superseding indictment against Durk, they added a stalking charge. And the stalking charge is important because it doesn't require any contract. No quid pro quo, no bounty, no payment theory. You can add that charge and simply prove that, hey, he was telling people to go do this. He didn't necessarily pay them to go do it, but he was telling them to go follow that guy. He was telling them to go stalk that guy. And a jury can look at it and say, a lot like in the Diddy case, that, hey, not exactly sure here. Very, 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 very suspicious individual over here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with the lesser charge. And so, when the government puts in that fallback charge later in the case, that tells you that they're not 100% sure.
But now, with everything being shared in court today, it really seems like it's over for Lil Durk. Durk's team wrote on his IG story, crazy how you gotta wait until it's dark out to see who's really with you. Even DJ Academics explained how all rappers really left his side. But like the video if you're still supporting Lil Durk.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the went on tour with, did songs with, called you their brother, they twin. I wouldn't be surprised if these rappers try to India money. These are down low and dirty. And I think this is what I think Durk right now is thinking, that Man, I thought I was just with a whole bunch of real. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. And I feel bad for Durk. When King Slime got locked up, there was a whole parade. Free him! Free him! Free him! Oh, nah. Everybody would post details of the case. How is this humane? How could they do this? Yo, free. Not smart. No, free Slime. Durk got locked up. They might give that half a bar. Free Smirk. And they moved the. I'll give credit. I have heard some of these guys have sent lawyers. Good for that. But
man, what you want somebody to do for a nigga while he in the feds? If you know better, you know. When they go to the feds, man, anybody that may possibly, potentially, probably can be caught up in anything that look like a conspiracy is gonna hide their head. Oh my mama.
Get you some money, you gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You gonna feel different.
Thanks for letting that hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.